Yo, what's good? It's your bro Los Awesome, and I'm bringing you guys a weekly outlook video. Now, I'm gonna try to lay back on the tutorial videos. I kind of like the idea of just doing weekly outlooks and showing everybody where I think price, well, what I'm waiting for and what I'm looking for to base my trade off of, and where do I expect the market to go. I think that would be a good amount of knowledge for people who ever stumble upon this video. So let's get into it. I'm gonna analyze gold and some other pairs, and I'm gonna try to do this every week, and then midweek or whatever I'm gonna do maybe some trade recaps or recaps of what happened and what I'm looking for now, and move on from there. But yeah, let's get started with gold. We're gonna do gold right now. This is August 15th 21. We're looking at gold. So what I'm looking for is, okay, so I see this right here. You guys see this, dude? This is a support area. I'm just looking for price to come like right here, and I'm gonna take a buy, and we're gonna just fly. No, I don't do that, guys. I'm just playing. What I do use support and resistance, but I only use it for confluence for my buys or my sells. I just use it as confluence. I wait for these guys right here to get knocked out and to pair with my buys. Okay, that's what I look for. I look for liquidity grabs. All right, so what I see right here is that we have this support area that gold keeps respecting. Before we get into that, we see that price has been in a uptrend, right? Clean uptrend, right? And now we created this high right here that I'm looking to target, because I'm not completely bearish until maybe short term bearish, of course, but not right now, but right when it was up here I was kind of like short term bearish, up here around here, just to get a pullback into my buys. Where I think a clean buy would be is at this area of demand, which is this bullish order block, ICT's excuse me, ICT's bullish order block right here. So let me color coordinate this a little bit, because this is the weekly time frame. Oh wait, I don't want to do red. It needs to be a higher time frame. Boom, like that. This is how I keep track of all my stuff. So let's do this. Dark blue, right? We have this weekly area of demand that I want price to come into. A lot of people are expecting buys right here, and this could keep buying back up, but I don't think this is gonna hold. It can, but I think the most optimal, best entry for me and my trading plan is for price to get into here. It could maybe pull back up, come into a area of supply, and then come back down to take out everybody that's in here. And then I will pair my buys. I will grab buys in here to go back up to possibly, make a higher high, since we've been in this uptrend, right? So that's the weekly, that outlook that I'm looking for. Well, not weekly outlook for this week, but like higher time frame, weekly base. All right, if we start scaling down, we can see that we're getting reaction here. We're building up more liquidity, more stops are being planted right here from people getting into buys. Now, I did see a lot of people wanted to grab buys in here, and I'm not knocking you right here. Well, let's just say this is the area, right? This is the area. This is like this last up candle before this down move, which is like a area supply of bearish order block, right? ICT's bearish order block. So if we come into here, a lot of people are expecting sells, but I don't want to grab a sell right there. It could work out. You could grab sells right here, and then it could come back down, but I wouldn't want to take a sell right here. The only reason why I wouldn't want to take a sell here is because of this. Let's take out this out right here. Because of this, you have this clean double top, right? So what do books tell you? What do the average trader tells you, right? You see an average pattern, right? This is a double top, right? A double top. People sell right here, sell right here. This is a clean high. So we all know that people have their stops here, right? So why would you really want to grab a sell right here when liquidity is resting right here? What I expect, right? I'm not 100%, but what I expect is for price to come and take these guys out, and then come into an area of supply right here to push back down. Possibly, because I don't think they're gonna leave this and let, you know, buyers grab profit with them. Okay, so I think we could come up into an area of supply, push back down, and come into this area of demand that where I will most likely want to grab my long-term buys, right? But short-term, you know, I do scalp a little, I do day trade, so I would be looking maybe possibly right here for a area to sell at. Let's just do this whole range here, okay, because they accumulated a little bit right here. Well, this might be a distribution. Yeah, distributed right here. Okay, they distributed right here, so I would like to look in this area and wait for confirmation to take some sells in. So once we get into this area, I'm gonna scale down into like the 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute to kind of see what price action is doing inside of there, to either take a trade to go back down, right? To go back down. So I'll look for a trade inside of here to continue back down and come grab these guys right here. Everybody that's in buys here, this support area, I'm looking for this to get taken out. Now I could grab sells, and once it gets in here, I could take profit. You know, it's not gonna always run these lows. You see how you got this clean double bottom right here? It's not gonna always do that. So I would rather just take my profit right there and, you know, call it a you know, clean move, because this is a good move. You know what I'm saying, dude? So yeah, I think that's it for right now. That's what I see for gold. Now these little lines that I'm, you know, these little 3-year-old lines, I'm not saying it's gonna do that. I'm just saying this is what I expect it to do. All right, this is what I not wanted, because, you know, the market doesn't care what I want, but I'm letting price come to me, and I'm letting price get to the areas that I want to sell or buy at. I'm not chasing price. Now I will adapt if anything happens, and we can move from there. But the only way that I'll be not completely bearish is if we take out these lows right here. This will invalidate this area right here if we take out these lows. Now I could come and take out this low of this demand candle right here, this bullish order block, and come into this deeper one and then continue up, which is cool. The reason why I like buys for long term, not because it's in an uptrend like whoopty, like you see that, come on, that's very clear, but since look how we moved here. Look how we move. Look at the momentum, right? Look how long it took. But look at how long it took just to do all this. Look at all this just to get down here, right? Compared to this move. All this right here that's getting built up is low resistance liquidity to be ran once we come and mitigate inside of an area, okay? To be ran. That's what I expect. That's what I see for gold, okay? So I hope you guys grab some nuggets off of that. Let's move on. Let me take. Oh, I forgot to turn my candles white and black for you. The reason why I trade with black candles now is because it takes all emotion of seeing red and seeing blue or down up. Like, I'm just going off of price. You know what I'm saying? So it takes the emotion out of it. Anything that you can do to eliminate emotion out of it, like a lot of emotion out of your trading, you know, try to do that and see how it works with you. You know what I mean? So yeah, but this is what I want to see where gold is coming to. Let's do GU now. Actually, let's do US30. Let's do US30. All right, so let's take this out. Let's go with a clean chart since it's a new week. All right, so this is what I can see, right? We had this support area right here, okay. Oh no, lower time frame. Okay, that got ran out right here by this candle, and after we ran these out, right, look how we moved up and we broke structure, right? The high that created this manipulation got broken right here. So now we have a break of structure. After we had that, we had price come down right here. Look at this. You guys see this? Look, there's another support area right here. Let me make this a lot darker so you guys can see a lot better. So support, it got ran out right here. Okay, ran out, boom. So these are my manipulation candles right here. All right, these are my manipulation candles. Let me do this color real quick. Okay, so light, since this is a daily, right? This is my manipulation candles. So whenever I see these give me a, you know, outlook of where I think price could go to after we run liquidity. Like, we've been in an uptrend. Every time we run lows, right, we go higher. Look, run a low, we go higher. All right, so now what I'm seeing is, what I'm thinking is that we have, look at all this that got built up here. Okay, look how all this got built up. What I'm thinking is that we could come down off the daily, looking at the daily, a higher time frame bias, that we could come down and we could run this, do the same thing that we did here. Now this would build like your little 3, you know, trend line touch. All right, it would do this, but this is what I want to see. I want to see price run these lows and come into an area of demand. Let's see. So you do have this down candle right here that did this up move, but looking at it at an area of discount and premium. Let's see where we can get a discounted premium. Pull out a fib. Okay, so under the 50 would be discount. So anything under the 50 is where I would want to possibly buy at. So you see how we have all this liquidity being ran, right? And then we have this down candle right here. Okay, so I'm gonna just mark this up just to be able to see it, right? Mark this up, boom. Right, higher time frame. Let's do let me do a higher time frame order block, right? All right, so I'm looking at this. We have this area right here, this support area that I want to see get ran out and come into maybe this down candle right here and mitigate here, and then maybe possibly push up since we're under the 50. Here, let me do this. Since we're under the 50, whoa. All right, hold on. Okay, the red line, blue, is discount, above is premium. Okay, so I would either want a buy in here, or we could come into some of this imbalance, this FEG, right, where no price, there was no price action all inside of here. So price likes to rebalance, likes to fill this, and is attracted to this type of stuff. ICT teaches this, so you can go to his YouTube and kind of get a better understanding of what that is. And let me do this real quick. All right, so FEG, boom. All right, so I will want to see price maybe come into here, see what price does. You know, I'm just waiting for confirmation to kind of see what price is going to do once it reaches these areas. I'm not going to buy in here, right? This would be not a good area to buy in because of how liquidity has been built up here. You have these relative equal lows, right? All of this being built. Why would you want to buy here, right? They know that people's stop losses are here. They know that this is where everybody's putting their stop loss, right under these lows, right? So why would you want to buy here? Want to buy under those? So I'm looking at this area or here, or maybe deeper. I don't know if I want to see it come that deep all the way down here, but it can, which is all right, because you have this. Let me put my color theme white, black and white for you guys. All right, so you see this down candle right here. It could come into here, maybe tap into here. I don't know. I don't think it has to come that deep. It doesn't have to. Like I said, not that I don't think. I know that it doesn't have to come that deep. So I'm looking here, or I'm looking here to possibly grab buys to go higher for US30, to go higher. Now on a short term basis, right? Short term wise, if we don't come back down here, all right, let me see if I could find something. Right, you have this down move right here, this up. This is at this is at a premium, so I really don't want to buy at a premium. I would rather buy somewhere down here, okay, down below here. That's where I would want to buy based off of this swing. So right now I could look for sells, which is kind of risky with US30 and, you know, these indexes, because they're constantly going up. But if I do want to get some short-term sells, there could possibly be some Okay, you see how price ran this high here, and look at the drop. Ran this short-term high. Let me do this, and then we have a short-term drop. Look how aggressive that drop was, right? Built up liquidity right here. Okay, built up liquidity right here, right? I don't want to buy anywhere inside of here because this is like a break and retest. You know what I mean? It's like a break and retest, mitigation, whatever. I'm not gonna buy once it gets back up here. I'm gonna not buy. I'm not gonna sell once it gets back inside of here. I'm gonna sell once it gets above these highs right here, which could now this is counter trend, so I might wait for extra confirmation, but I'm gonna sell once we get above these highs right here. So I'll wait for extra confirmation to go higher, and my TP would be somewhere around these lows right here, maybe this imbalance in here, even this in here. So like, let's say if I do look for a sell, right, I want to see price come into here, show reaction, show willingness to go lower, and then I'll take a sell to go lower, and then this would be like a TP right here, and then this would be a TP right here, and then I'll hold runners to go lower, right, to go lower, because the overall goal is to where I want to buy at a at a discount. All right, so I think price could come lower. I would look at these areas too, even though this is at a premium on a higher time frame. This is a discount on relative to this time frame, right? Because look, if you draw your fib from here to here, right, this is inside of a discount area under the 50, which is this red line, the 50%. This is at a discount, so I will want to see what price does inside of this area to possibly go higher, right? Go higher, and if confirmation is there, then I'll take it higher. All right, I'm not looking inside of this area right here, anything inside of here, which it could be something inside of here, maybe inside of here, because this is also in a once this lows break, the trade, that it's more so bearish to me if this low breaks inside of here, right? Anything under here, I'm not looking for buys. All right, but once we come into here, buys or buys, depending on what price does. All right, so since this is like a break and retest area, as you can see right here, which is why, you know, these work out a lot. You know what I mean? These work out a lot because of like imbalance that's left inside of this. Look how you have this resistance area right here, and how you have this imbalance inside of here, right? That's why a lot of times support, if you take break and retest, let me just give you this tip. If you take break and retest, look for this, look for clean breaks, right? Clean breaks. You see how clean this candle is, to where you see how it barely left any price action in the middle of this. Look, barely price action. You see that? No wicks inside of it, no wicks inside of it. You know what I mean? It's not like this choppy or none of that. Look for this type of shit for your breaks and retests. So anything inside of here, I'll look for buys, but my most probable buys would be below this. All right, on a higher time frame, but we could sell to that, and then we could potentially get a buy to go back up right here, potentially, since this is a discount at premium. If you don't understand that, rewind the video, kind of you know, listen to it again. Maybe you understand it. Maybe I'm not explaining it right. I hope you understood that. All right, so yeah, that's what I see for US30 right there. I want to see price come above these highs, and then maybe give a opportunity to go lower in TP around these, you know, these points down here, and then this low will be another area to TP at, right? This low right here. Okay, so that's for US30. Let's do GU. I'm not gonna make this video too long. I'm gonna just go over to these three pairs. So what I see from GU, right, I already have a markup here, and I'm gonna keep this markup since it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna just go over it. So basically, long term wise, right, long term, looking at the daily, you have this support area right here that got ran by this low. You see this low here? It ran this low right here, So this low ran this, and then you had an aggressive move up. You see how price aggressively moved up. The high that caused the manipulation to go lower is this right here. Okay, right. So last week I was looking for, well, for 2 weeks I was looking for sells in this area, right, to get to my buy. So overall I'm bullish, right, but that doesn't mean I can't sell. So this was an area of supply that I was looking to sell at, and I missed I missed a couple of them. Got a few stop outs because I was getting into low risk stop outs, managed risk stop outs, right? I turned 1% losses into, like, 0.50%, you know what I'm saying, 0.60. So very small losses because I managed risk pretty well, but the entries that I was getting was so late. No, it was too early, not so late. So I missed a couple opportunities, and that's fine. I'm gonna miss those as a trader. So you got to get used to those. So I was looking for sells inside of here, which worked out. My whole analysis for the past 2 weeks is on point, and I had this as a buy area to look for buys in, right here. And it came into here last week. I had to stop out because I'm looking at this entire down candle right here as my buy area. This entire down candle, right? But I just moved it to here because that's where the reaction was, the real reaction was, which was a extreme supply demand area right here. You see this white candle right here. All right, so that's where it reacted to. I didn't take this buy because it was on a Friday, and I didn't want to really trade on Friday. I only took one trade last week, which was this trade right here. When it came back down and I got stopped out, managed risk to where it was only like a 0.60 loss, which is pretty cool. I have it in my Telegram journal if you guys want to go check that out. I think I have that link in the description. But yeah, it came down, took out this low and pushed higher, right? So what I'm thinking is, since this is my buy area, right? Because if you think of premium and discount, let's do premium and discount, right? Let's draw our fib from this low, this swing, to this swing high. Right now, this isn't inside of a discount, but it's fairly close, and this was just a good area to buy at to me because of what this short-term low right here that got ran out, right, and used. So the algo likes to use liquidity to pair with their sells or their buys, right? So that's what I'm trying to do too. That's what I'm doing. All right, so once we took out this low, this is what I was looking for right here to buy in this area. Now, what I'm looking for this week is to possibly, maybe, what I'm expecting is that if it breaks this high, that's fine, right? And then I'll look for areas of discount inside of this range right here, from this low to whatever high, if it breaks this, right? Now, even though if it doesn't break it, I can still look for buys inside of here if it comes back down into here, because this is an area to sell at, right? It's not the best, it's not the most probable to sell at, but it's still an area to sell at because we took out liquidity right here. Now you kind of have this low resistance liquidity, but it's a high resistant, high, right, at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense, right? So we're inside of here, we're reacting. I don't know if it's gonna stick. But I do want to see buys inside of here. It could break this anytime. That's why you got to be very wary. And if it doesn't break that and it comes down to here, it could definitely break this low. So you got to be, I'm not taking no buy limit inside of here. I'm going to wait for a better entry. Now, if it breaks this high, then I'll put a buy limit. And hopefully, if it does do that, it could come down, create some liquidity, and then I'll take my buy, right? Or it could just come down very slowly, right? I don't want to see it come down quick. I want to see it come down, very slowly to build up, trend line type liquidity to be ran to go higher. Okay, so that's what I want to see for GU to go higher. All right, so it's just all about waiting for your trade, waiting for price to come to where you would like to buy it and where you would like to sell at. right? And getting in at the most optimal areas of where it's the most probable. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why I got this premium right here, but yeah. So that's what I want to see for GU. Hopefully, you know, it gives me really good opportunities, because the past 2 weeks price action has been so shit. So hopefully it gives a better, you know, it'll be a better trading week for the next 2 weeks. All right, I'm only down like 2%. Actually, yeah, 2.5%. I was down, like, before the trade that I took for NFP week, I was down 1.7 or 1.8%. And then last week I took one trade, which I risked like 1%, and that was the only trade. I was just, you know, price action was just so horrible. It was some opportunities, but I just didn't want to take them because, you know, I'd rather be patient than, you know, jump into a trade. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be patient. Now, you don't want to be too fearful to not take action on something, which is like a trade, but at the same time, you don't want to, you know, jump into shit. So you got to have a balance, right? You got to have a balance of FOMO, fear of missing out, and you got to have a balance of taking action. All right. So yeah, that's what I want to see for this week. But yeah, I was down sorry, I went off track. But yeah, I was down 2.5% after last week. So maybe not 2.5, maybe like 2.4 or something like that, 2.3. Yeah, maybe like 2.4. So it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Draw down the curves and we good. You feel me? As long as we're profitable at the end of the year, you know, we're good. You know what I mean? So yeah. So that's what I'm looking for GU. EU kind of, you know, would kind of be like the same thing. I don't know why I got this here. I know this will be a okay area to sell at, so that's why I want to see price get to potentially to sell at. But we left these lows here. That's why I would want to possibly sell at that area, because we left these lows right here. So price can price could, you know, just drop from here. It could come into here or something in here, maybe this breaker, because it's inside of this breaker that created this up move, which is like this candle right here. For you breaking retest people, that's you feel me? That's your thing right there. Your breaker candle or whatever. The down candle that created this is ICT's term, his creation. The down candle that created the up move. This up move took liquidity, and then once it breaks it, that's your breaker, right? Came into there. You see how it has FEG. That's what I was saying. Anytime you take a break and retest, look for a clean move, right? Look for a clean move, and then there you go. That's your trade. All right. So, yeah. Since I'm bullish on GU, I think we could go higher and then maybe come into like an area, because this from this this created a higher high, but it didn't really like close, so I wouldn't consider this like a higher high like that, but it did take out this high. But this is like considered like a range for me, you know what I mean? This is like a range. So like from this high to this low, this will probably be a good area to sell at once we get above these highs. And then you know how you got like EU right here. Now EU and GU haven't been like 90%. They haven't been moving the same like they usually do to me. So I'm really not gonna go off of like what GU's doing and then go off of EU. You would go off of DXY, the US dollar index, which I didn't do any analysis on, which I probably should have, but you know, that's cool. But yeah, I'll probably look for a sell inside of this area right here, since this is any premium inside of here, right? Even though when you look at this range from here to here, we're at a discount overall. So let me do that. Let me do that real quick. So you see, draw your fib from this swing high to this low, right? You see how the red, we're in a discount. Well, it is red. Sorry, let me do this a little better. All right, so boom, right? See, blue. Let me do this. I have to draw it this way because I want to show that, you know, the blue and the red. So you see how we're in the area of discount right here, and then we're at an area of discount inside of this swing right here. So once we get above and here, this red, even though we'll be at a premium inside of this range, we're still at a discount in this overall range. So above here, would be good sells, you know, to really take your sells right above this high inside of this. You see this imbalance right here, this down move, there's no price action inside of here. That's where I want to see price come into to potentially get better sells, you know what I'm saying, way better sells. I was looking at this low to be taken out regardless, so I'd still want to see this low be taken out. The only reason why I want to see this low get taken out is because we have from this low to this high, right? This is our range, right? It came down like this, and then it mitigated inside of some area right here. There's some type of demand area, bullish order block, whatever, and then it went up, right? So now we're looking, we would have expected it to make a higher high, which it didn't. It took out this high right here, used this as liquidity, and then came into a this area of supply, and then dropped. It dropped, right? Once it dropped, we're looking for it to create a lower low. When you're thinking of clean order flow, clean structure, clean, movement, you don't want to think of range unless it's actually in a range and it proves that it's in a range. Right now, it hasn't proved it's in a strict range yet. It's like if you think of like a head and shoulders, right? If you think of a head and shoulders, you think of this, right? Okay, you have a high, lower, a higher low, then you have a higher high, and then you have a higher low, then you have a lower high which failed to make a higher high, so you expect the neckline to break. It's like the same thing, right? That's what you expect. That's what you expect. If you fail to make a higher high, what do you expect? You think of making a lower low. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking of right here. As you can see, this is like it kind of looks like a head and shoulders right here, right? Your retail concept pattern. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking for this low to be taken out. It doesn't have to. It could go higher and then come up to here, and then I'll think of range. Once it starts being bullish and it fails to break this lower low, and it comes above this high right here, this structure high or this structure high, then I'll think of range, and then we'll just look at it as, you know, it's in a range. You know what I mean? So, you know, price's behavior would be in a range structure wise. So yeah, but that's what I'm looking for EU. I'm looking for sales inside of here to maybe take out this low, and then it can do whatever it want, you know what I'm saying, just for this week, or you know what I'm saying, maybe it could come lower, because overall I do want to see price get into below these lows. There's a lot of imbalance inside of here. So like if you go to the weekly, you see all this, you see how this clean move right here, right? It's barely no price action. Now price dipped into it, so it kind of rebalanced some of it, but it's more, you know what I'm saying, that price could be attracted to, plus of this liquidity, this relative equal lows right here. Now this is a high resistance relative equal low, because this low right here took out liquidity, right? So this is relative equal lows, but if you look inside, right, you see how this wick is lower than this low right here. It took out liquidity. Okay, but it's still relative equal lows, so it's still low resistance liquidity to me. I mean, not low resistance liquidity, it's high resistant, but it's relative equal lows. Okay, all right, so that's all I'm gonna go over. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly outlook. I only went over a few pairs, which I hope you guys don't mind, but I didn't go over everything. I don't want this video to be too long, but the main pairs that I'm mainly really looking at like that are these four: gold, US30, GU, and EU. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys really liked it, make sure you know, like if you want to. You could comment if you want to, that's fine. Share this video if you really you know, enjoyed this weekly outlook. You can share it, and you know, that's it. I'm out. Peace.